Hello students, myself Archana Marude from Praveen Patil College of Diploma Engineering and Technology. In last video, we studied what is meant by conductors, semiconductors and insulators and what are the different types of semiconductors. And in today's video, we are going to learn about what is meant by N-type semiconductor, what is meant by P-type semiconductor, how the PN junction diode is formed, and what are the forward biased and reverse biased characteristics of PN junction diode. We know that depending upon the impurity added, that extrinsic semiconductors are classified into two types. First is N-type extrinsic semiconductor and second is P-type extrinsic semiconductor. First we see what is by N-type semiconductor. We know that when impurity is added to a pure semiconductor, then the semiconductor form is called as a extrinsic semiconductor. And here there are two types of impurities are added in semiconductor. First is pentavalent impurity, second is trivalent impurity. And when small amount of pentavalent impurity is added to a pure semiconductor, then it is called as a N-type semiconductor. And here pentavalent impurity means having 5 valence electrons. And the examples of pentavalent impurities are arsenic, antimony and phosphorus. These atoms have 5 valence electron in its outermost orbit, and therefore these impurities, pentavalent impurities, are known as donor impurities because they provide free electrons. And to understand the formation of N-type semiconductor, we consider a pure silicon semiconductor or pure germanium semiconductor crystal, and it has 4 valence electrons and which form the covalent bonds. See here, this is the diagram for N-type semiconductor. Here we consider silicon crystal, and here when that pentavalent impurity like phosphorus is added, then 4 electrons from each neighboring atom that are shared by the silicon, and here this is the pentavalent impurity. It provides 1 extra electron because it share 4 electrons, but 1 electron is extra electron. And when impurity like phosphorus having 5 valence electrons added to silicon or germanium, then that phosphorus atom is replaced by one of the silicon atom, and 4 electrons from each silicon and phosphorus form the covalent bonds. And so out of 5 valence electrons of one impurity atom, 1 electron remains as a free electron. And it is observed that even if each atom of impurity provides 1 free electron, then an externally small amount of phosphorus impurity, it provides enough atoms to supply millions of free electrons for the current conduction. Then what is by P-type semiconductor? Definition is when small amount of trivalent impurity, that means having 3 valence electron in its outermost orbit, is added to pure semiconductor, then it is called as P-type semiconductor. And the examples of trivalent impurities are gallium, indium, boron and aluminium. These gallium, indium, boron and aluminium, these are having 3 valence electron in its outermost orbit, and therefore these impurities are called as acceptor impurities because they do not provide the extra electron, but they need one more extra electron to complete an octet. And the addition of trivalent impurity that provides a number of or a large number of holes in a semiconductor. And to understand the formation of P-type semiconductor, we consider pure silicon or germanium semiconductor. Here we again consider that silicon atom, and to understand the construction of p-type semiconductor, take trivalent impurity, that is aluminum. When that aluminum is added to pure silicon or germanium, then it provides only 3 electrons. And here there is no covalent bond its formation. There is a vacancy is created, and that vacancy is called as hole. We know that aluminum or gallium, that means trivalent impurities, they provide only 3 electrons. And here if we observe this diagram, that aluminum is added, then aluminum replaces one of the silicon atom and 3 valence electrons from each silicon atom and aluminum atom form covalent bonds as shown in the figure. And so out of 4 electrons of silicon, only 3 have formed the bonds and fourth one cannot form the bond, and because of that aluminum atom cannot share any fourth electron. Hence, instead of bond formation, we find a hole, that is vacancy is created in that figure. Then, how the p-n junction diode is formed? Here, this is the symbol for p-n junction diode. This is positive terminal called as anode, and this is negative terminal called as cathode. Anode is denoted by capital A and cathode is denoted by capital K. And here this is the standing line, it shows the negative terminal. Then now we see how the p-n junction diode is formed. When p-type semiconductor is connected to the n-type semiconductor, then the junction form is called as a p-n junction diode. See here, when p-type semiconductor and n-type semiconductors are joined, and that is called as a p-n junction diode. And when we observe that p-type semiconductor is connected to the n-type semiconductor, in p-type semiconductor there are number of positive charges, that is holes are created. In n-type there are number of electrons, that means negative charges. And when they are joined together, then there is a depletion region is created. In this p-n junction diode, electrons from n region cross the junction and diffuse into p region, and some holes from the p region cross the junction and diffuse into n region. And because of the accumulation of these holes and electrons in the depletion region, then an electric field is developed, and that is called as a barrier potential. See this diagram. When p-type and n-type are joined together, then some holes from the p region cross the junction and diffuse into n region. Then some electrons from the n region cross the junction and diffuse into p region, and due to that there is a potential is created called as barrier potential, and this region is called as a depletion region. And the barrier potential for silicon is 0.7 volt, and for germanium its value is 0.3 volt. And there are two types of p-n junction diode. First is forward bias p-n junction diode and second is reverse bias p-n junction diode. Now we study what is by forward bias p-n junction diode. This is the circuit diagram for p-n junction diode. This is p-type, number of holes are present, and in n-type there are number of electrons are present. And if positive terminal of the battery is connected to p side, see this is the positive terminal connected to p side, and negative terminal is connected to n side. This is negative terminal connected to n side, then the diode is said to be forward bias. And this is the second diagram for forward bias p-n junction diode. Here we use the symbol of p-n junction diode. And how the forward bias p-n junction diode works. Holes in the p region get repelled by the positive of the battery and cross the junction, and at the same timing electrons in the n region get repelled by the negative terminal of the battery and they cross the junction, and because of which diode conducts current through the that forward bias PN junction diode. And in this bias, diode allows easy current flows through the diode, and therefore it acts as a conductor, and the barrier potential opposes the battery, and in order to flow current through the diode, the external voltage supplied must be greater than the barrier potential. And we know that barrier potential for silicon is 0.7 and barrier potential for germanium is 0.3 volt. And because of pushing of charge carriers towards the junction in the forward bias diode, the width of the depletion layer decreases. And if external voltage is increased from 0, then forward voltage also increase and value of current recorded and graph is plotted. And that graph is known as a IV characteristics of forward bias PN junction diode. And to plot the graph, on x-axis consider forward voltage that is denoted by Vf and it is in volts, and on y-axis that is forward current denoted by If and it is measured in microampere or milliampere. And here it is observed that for silicon diode the barrier potential is 0.7, and therefore after 0.7 the current is going on increasing, and the voltage at which current increases is called as a knee voltage, and this is the forward biased region. Then what is my reverse bias diode? Here the diagram is same, only the connections are opposite. Here if the positive terminal of battery is connected to N side and negative terminal is connected to P side, then it is said to be reverse bias and it is opposite to forward bias PN junction diode. And in this case, holes in the P region attracted by the negative terminal of the battery and electrons in the region attracted by the positive terminal of the battery, and because of which charge carriers go away from the junction, and the effect of such connection is that charge carriers in both the regions get pulled away from the junction, and because of this pulling away of the charge carriers from the junction, the width of the depletion layer increases, and therefore in reverse bias it repels majority carriers from the junction and does not flow through the circuit, and therefore due to that there is a very small amount of current flows through the reverse bias diode, and that leakage, that is called as a leakage current, and this leakage current is due to the flow of minority carriers, and in this case as temperature increases then it increases the leakage current and also increase the reverse bias voltage, and if we record the value of that current and voltage then the graph plotted is called as a IV characteristics of reverse bias diode. See this graph, on x-axis that is reverse voltage denoted by VR, and on y-axis it is reverse current, and as the reverse bias voltage is increased at a critical voltage then the reverse current through the diode increases sharply, and most of the diodes consist of the breakdown voltage. See here, this is called as the reverse breakdown voltage. At this voltage current goes on increasing and it is very sharply, and here that current value is in microampere. That's all about forward bias and reverse bias PN junction diode. Thank you.